Norma Vocal. Welcome to LA Spectacular, and tonight we have a treat for you guys. Oh my God, a Tony Award drama winner, my good friend Gregory Jbara, and now playing for CBS Blue Bloods, Mr. Edward Moore. And so welcome. Oh my God, I am so excited to have you here.
Look at us, I'm sitting right here with you, Norma. This is crazy.
This is crazy that
they don't know that we know each other outside of the entertainment world.
Exactly, and this is so much fun because I met you through, my husband that is the baseball coach at Pacific Palisades, and your son is playing for my husband. Great coach. And we just came back from San Diego, and they had a great tournament. Yeah. And
nice weather.
Well, the first 2 days were really cold. Don't you think?
Women think it's colder than guys do. That's all there is to it.
Well, you're used to it because you're in New York a lot.
Yeah, sure. And I live by the water. But you live in our neighborhood. We're in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
You're just a woman.
Yeah, in the afternoon it's kind of cold.
Sure, okay.
Yeah, it's like if I go for a run, I have to wear a jacket or like hoodie or something.
Sure, all right.
But thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I really appreciate. I know you have a big follower out there, and not only you're an actor, but you're also a great dad, a great husband, a great friend.
I hope my sons hear that.
I'm pretty sure they will. They will. But I know that you're from Michigan, so can you talk a little bit about your upbringing and how you started on this crazy business of entertainment?
Yeah, so I grew up in a very small town about 15 miles west of Detroit, but I went to a public school system that really valued arts. Mm-hmm. And so from first grade all the way to 12th grade, there were so many performing arts opportunities, as well as athletics. And I did play baseball and basketball until about 14 years of age, and then broke my hand in football preseason and tried out for the play, and there were a lot of girls, and I went, I figured out what I want to do. But in truth, I was able to be in a male chorus that had 68 guys in my high school. We had 68 guys in the male chorus.
68?
68 guys. That's the world that I grew up in. But when it came time for college, I wanted to be an actor because I was in all the school plays and.
How old were you when you started with the play?
Performing was junior high. When I really started doing plays. But I did play Frosty the Snowman in the Christmas concert in first grade. Oh. So I think that may have been where I got my terror bug.
Oh, okay. Because sometimes that's where sometimes we don't think about it, but then
an event. Gives us the spark.
Exactly.
I think I was terrified, but I kind of liked it in first grade, playing Frosty the Snowman. But it was later on when I got to do plays and musicals.
And then you went to the prestigious school, Juilliard in New York?
Well, I did, but first I went to the University of Michigan and wanted to be a theater major. My parents said, no.
We don't
know anybody who makes a living.
To survive.
Yeah, we want you to feed yourself. So I had a minor in physics, a major in communications, and I worked in a TV studio doing not unlike what Alfred does amazing work here, producing the show. But it was about a year and a half at Michigan that I realized that I was failing in my physics tracks against all these other rocket scientists, and I really I kept auditioning for all the non-departmental performing opportunities and knew in my heart that I wanted to be a performer, and I wasn't as competitive as an academic, and changed my major, and my parents, the head hit their hands. And I even got cut off financially.
Really?
Yep. But I was at Michigan. I started a dance company there. I helped start the musical theater training program, which is now one of the premier training programs in the country for musical theater.
That is amazing.
And then the faculty there said, you need to go to a better school. We don't know that we're going to have this musical theater program all together by the time you graduate.
Oh, wow.
You should go. And there was this mafia of people from University of Michigan who nurtured me and said, here are some other options. And I ultimately auditioned for the Juilliard School in New York City and got in. And
because
it was
that's
life-changing.
Very, very hard to get in.
And I can honestly say I don't I know I wouldn't have had the courage to go to New York on my own if I hadn't the safety net of this training program to get me from Michigan to New York City, because that's a daunting prospect.
So when you went to Juilliard, what did you do financially? You said that your parents cut you off.
So by the time, once I got into Juilliard, they kind of went, oh. Well, because it's not like they never believed in me, because they did.
Okay.
But it was sort of like, what really happened was my mother said, we can't afford Juilliard. You're one of 4 children, and we have to be equitable in terms of how we support you all financially. You can't afford it. Dad is quietly in the other ear going, we'll figure out a way, we'll figure out something. Student loans, really, mostly, and then, and catering, and a lot of work-study jobs, and scholarships. My 3rd and 4th year at Juilliard was really, the school costs were really covered by scholarships available through the school, which were amazing.
That is amazing, because there's a lot of people out there that they don't know that, that you can apply for a scholarship at Juilliard.
Yes.
Because, I mean, when you hear Juilliard, it's just like, whoa, it's out of reach. Sometimes you think that,
And that's what it was until I auditioned. And my parents too, and the truth was, yes, there were no dorms at that time. So school, back then, this is 1982, it was $5,000 to go to, which now I wish college
I know, right?
was $5,000. But back then, in 82, that was a lot of money. And that was just for that year of training. That didn't include housing and food and New York City, which is a very expensive city. So it was, my mom was being very realistic and pragmatic and frugal, going, I don't know how you're going to make it work, but it did. I think a lot of it was belief in myself, also a lot of great fortune. Yeah. But I got into that school, and that was very validating, and managed to survive, because not everyone completes the 4-year program.
Exactly.
They actually do a cut, or back then they did. But there were a lot of little things, like there was a PBS special about the school that I got to be one of the featured students, which was another miracle gift that, put me on the map and got me an agent before I was even a senior in that program. So a lot of great things happened because I took risks and was ambitious, but great opportunities did manifest themselves that I was able to take advantage of.
So after you finished Juilliard, what happened? I mean, what was the process of you getting...
So I already had an agent before I graduated, and I was already doing voiceover work for commercials.
By the way, I heard your voiceovers. They're amazing.
Oh, on my website?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's amazing. I mean, you were an American Dad.
Oh yeah, I've done a lot of animated stuff.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, and I was just like, you are so talented. I mean, a lot of people don't, because right now, a lot of people are knowing you because of Blue Bloods. The
most people have no idea that I was even alive 12 years ago. It's
because you sing, because you won the Tony Award for
as the dad
for Billy Elliot, and you sing. Yes. And I heard you singing, and I was just like...
Well, you were impressed?
I was very impressed.
Really?
I was very impressed.
Okay.
And then your voiceovers, and then your narration. A lot of times when we see, like documentaries, or we see like different things on TV, you don't think about, who's behind that, Yeah. And then I met you, and I'm like, wait, that's Gregory Jbara.
Oh, you're hearing like...
Yeah. I was just like, I heard that so many times, but I never knew that it was you.
My brother was a big non-script producer at Sony, and he would always hire, when I was down between jobs and had kids to feed, he would always hire me as his narrator for his TV shows. So It was, I developed that skill.
Well, you have an amazing voice.
It was like my waiter job, thanks to my brother Dan. Yeah.
No, I think it's amazing because, I mean, and this is what I want to do with this show, is like showcase people that are real people and that they, they can come and tell us their story, because I want people to understand that they have to, yes, it's great to have the dream, but at the same time, we have to tell them, hey, just because you want to come to Hollywood, it's not just going to happen. You still have to get educated and, work on your craft, and you are just such an inspiration for all that.
Oh, thanks. I as we were talking earlier, there are so many that just think it's just going to happen, and it's so highly competitive. And my oldest son went to the Hamilton Academy, for performing arts, and he's actually more talented than I am. And handsomer.
Oh, maybe we can have him on that
show
too.
Well, now he flies airplanes. So this almost looks like a fuselage. But he, a part of me was like going, and actually he ended up not pursuing a career in the performing arts because he grew up backstage on Broadway. He literally did. He knew what professional theater is in New York City. He knew what professionals are like who do the work, and how human they are, and realistic, and kind. And he was going to high school where the hormones are going and everybody's competing and they're all trying to be, get the lead roles. And it really just, it just spoiled his, desire to be in that, to be an actor, because he just didn't like the people involved. He goes, no, this is not for me.
Well, yeah, because this is a very brutal career.
It's really highly competitive. And none of this is in our control.
None of it.
I mean, the miracle that I get to be here with you today, the happenstance. No, but I mean, it really is. It's not like we all sat down and said, oh yeah, here's what I plan to do in my career. There are so many things that you work hard, but then there are people that make decisions on your career that aren't in your favor, and you kind of have to go, oh, all right, I have to muster energy to try again until someone else says no.
Yeah.
And it happens a lot.
Yeah. So, you talking about that, and you being for so long in this industry and being successful, what do you tell the newcomers to do, or to, I mean, I know we have to follow our heart, but at the same time we have to do something, and we talk about, going to school and get educated and work on your craft. But besides that, what do you tell the new generation?
There's a barometer that an individual can have, and that barometer would be, if you wake up in the morning and the only thing that's going to make you happy is if you are performing in some capacity, that you have to do it, like that's a thing you must do, then that should be what you pursue in your life, right?
Just gave me chills.
It's got to be.
What you just said.
It has to be your passion, right?
Yeah.
Because it is the passion that fulfills us, that really kind of serves God, that really serves society. If you go, what's my thing? I'm going to go after that. It's kind of that's sort of how you participate in your role in society. It's so many people. There are people that they wake up and they go, I'm going to be a waiter and kind of wait for something to happen, and I don't know, I might go do something else or it's like this industry is so hard that unless it's the thing that makes you get up in the morning, the desire to perform, then you really should look at pursuing something else. Because as we had said, it is so, everything, all the cards are really, the odds are against being able to pursue this as a career. So unless it's the thing you must do, it's going to be so hard on you and so hard on your soul. If that doesn't sound like something you can do every day, then find something that will give you joy.
Wow.
And those things change every day, right? I mean,
yeah.
For me, it's always been the same, but I've also been really lucky. Really lucky. I don't consider myself like I was destined to this. I knew it's what I always wanted to do.
Yeah.
But every new job, every new opportunity, it's like, oh, pinch me. I can't believe how lucky I am.
Wow.
Every day.
That's amazing that you're saying that, because, just listening to you and it just gives me chills, like, whoa, you know. But at the same time, you know, can you talk a little bit about what you're doing now? You know, because I know you've been on Blue Bloods for, what, 12 years now?
Yeah, the interesting, you know.
And by the way, he works with Tom Selleck, so who's not in, I mean, he's like, pinch you, pinch me.
I'll brag a little bit about Tom Selleck. He and I met shooting the movie In and Out, a comedy with Kevin Kline and Tom and Debbie Reynolds and Wilford Brimley and Joan Cusack and Matt Dillon and me and Shalom Harlow, who I got to fall in love with, supermodel Shalom Harlow.
Wow.
We met, that was 26 years ago on that film, and Blue Bloods is the third TV job that Tom Selleck has given me. He, at the end of In and Out, we didn't have a lot to do together, but he said, "You're funny, I like you, I have a production company."
You're really funny, you have that wit, you know?
Well, I play stupid well. I should say emotionally challenged. But he, you know, all the people that we meet in this industry, in life, they go, "Hey man, this was great, we'll do this again."
Yeah, and then you never heard of from them.
You know what, out of sight, out of mind. I get it, everybody has their own trajectory. But next to my brother Dan, Tom Selleck is the most prolific employer I've ever had. He has actually thought of me when jobs come up. He goes, "Oh, I want Greg Jbara." Like Blue Bloods was Tom Selleck requesting me. That my agent called and said, "Apparently Tom Selleck wants you to do this 2-episode arc at the end of season 1 on Blue Bloods." And I'm like going, "Yes,
okay, yay!"
my buddy Tom Selleck. And here I am
12 years later.
So,
no, and I think you guys complement each other so well.
I'll tell you a little secret.
What?
So I think the reason Tom likes to work with me is because I'm a fart and laugh guy.
Yeah.
And he can't be a fart and laugh guy because he's Tom Selleck. So he goes, if we have Greg on set, he'll say all the inappropriate things and we'll laugh so hard till we're crying. But I can always go, "Well, that was Greg. That was Greg." But I believe that that's one of the things he likes to have.
No, I know. I mean, I was watching one of the episodes, and then you came into the office, and then you said something sarcastic, and you're like, "Oh, nothing," and he says, "You always have something to say, so just say it."
Yeah, it is a great privilege that he trusts me to play that character because it is so easy, and I do agree. Well, it's him. You know, we have a history, and I think it really comes across. But he's also a tremendously generous actor.
But see, that's the thing that I was talking about. You know, I mean, it looks so easy. And it's not. I mean, you guys complement each other so well, but because, like you say, you know, you have worked before together, and you kind of like, you know, it's like when you have a twin. You know, it's like, you know.
Right. You think each other's thoughts.
Exactly. You know, so then you kind of like you have a twin, you know, artist with him.
I would say he wears every hat on that show. He has very strong ideas about how everything should be done, and I got that about him from the get-go. I think other people maybe a little less thick-skinned or a little more fragile or insecure probably wouldn't be as winning with him because they wouldn't. But it just works.
Wow. Well,
and thank God for Tom Selleck. That's all I'm saying. And may there be a season 13. We still don't know.
Why?
They haven't announced it yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. May 18th would be the deadline that they have to say. I know.
We're going to pray because I love it. I mean, that's one of my, well, besides Danny Wahlberg. Danny Wahlberg is one of my favorite.
And Bridget Moynihan.
I know, yeah. He's one of my favorite actors. You know what I mean? When he was singing, like, but
you're not alone.
I know. So that's absolutely amazing. So I know that you're working on other stuff. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So Blue Bloods has been 12 years, and I have to go to New York to shoot it. So when I have the 3 months off during hiatus, I come to LA, and I'm a dad. My wife gets to sleep in, I get the boys off to school, I do all the cooking, and I'm happy just to be a dad at home. And I really protected that for the majority of 12 years, although I did do a musical one summer about 7 years ago in San Diego, but this for the first time ever. So great trajectory, great schools, working as an actor, win a Tony Award after 15 years of Broadway. You're the most loyal employer, calls and says, here, I'm going to give you 12 years of TV security. I'm going, what do I do now? What would be the next great thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Friends from the crew, from Blue Bloods, wrote a film for me to star in. And that's one of 3 movies that I'm doing during this hiatus. And I haven't done a movie in I don't know how long, other than to get my insurance current. And I worked on Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer.
Oh, I know, yeah.
Which
Can you talk a little bit about that movie?
I signed 3 non-disclosure agreements, so
Oh,
I
okay,
can tell
so
you. I can tell you shooting with an IMAX camera. So he uses an IMAX camera, which is this huge format.
Okay.
And you don't record audio when you're shooting with an IMAX camera because, first of all, it looks like a refrigerator with a lens on the front of it. Second of all, when they fire it up, it sounds like your dad's old jalopy with a broken fan belt going king, 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 king. And the greatest joy was, and I thought, shouldn't they have told the actors who've never worked with an IMAX camera that it's going to be really loud and don't worry about your words on this one because we can't record it anyway.
So you guys have to do the ADR?
Well, no, because we also shoot it on large format Panavision as well. So he's using the IMAX for big shots, whereas all the close-ups and stuff are shot on Panavision, the like 70 millimeter or 65. But I'm bragging, Rami Malek, everybody knows he's already in the movie. He had the scene, and I'm thinking, did they tell him? Because I wonder if he's ever worked with IMAX. So he's doing this. We're talking a really important scene. Yeah. And I'm watching him, and then they turned on the IMAX camera and said, action, and you saw him go,
what?
He went, is there an airplane? But he's such a pro. Yeah. It startled him like we all did. I don't know if he soiled his underwear like I did when it happened, but he looked around and you could see that nobody else was reacting to this din coming from the IMAX camera. So he just went,
oh, I guess this is what it's supposed to do.
And you saw him go, oh, and then he just went in and then like rocked an amazing take. But I felt good going, oh good, they didn't tell Rami either. It's like, tell the actors that there's going to be a plane crashing during your take. But I think
it's a good thing, sometimes that the directors don't say that because they want to capture the whole thing.
The terror.
Yes, like, what the heck is going on?
It was fascinating.
Yeah.
To say the least. But, I'm the only person on that cast list that I don't know. It's like everybody and their mothers in this movie. His whole crew's coming back. So, and that was in New Mexico because J. Robert Oppenheimer, the whole Manhattan Project, the atomic bomb, that all happened in New Mexico. Then I go back to New York to shoot the movie that was written for me, and then I get to go do another movie back in New Mexico that was written by the son of a big Broadway patron who's also producing this movie.
Oh, wow.
And who said, I'd like Greg Jbara to play this role. So I'm like on a cloud right now, kind of going, suddenly people are giving me movie jobs, which is really rare.
No, and you know what? I think it's amazing because it's like, sometimes we just get discouraged because we're like, oh, maybe this is not what I'm supposed to do. But then here you come, and it's like, you've been doing this, well, your bug started when you were in first grade, and then, in high school.
I'm a professional actor for 42 years.
Exactly, and that's why, that is so amazing. I mean, that is so fantastic.
And, I put myself on tape. I self-auditioned for the Christopher Nolan movie. And we're talking, before that audition, there were 200 self-tapes that did not manifest into a job. And when I got it, when the agent called and said, you got the job, I went,
what?
Wait, I put myself on tape, and that's Christopher Nolan. No, they hired you.
I know.
I went, wow, this must not be a good movie if they're going to hire me. I mean, your brain, you can't believe it. It's like, it does not compute. So it's a miracle. And I'm grateful.
Can you tell us who else is on the movie? Because I saw who is there.
Oh, who?
On the Christopher Nolan's movie.
Oh, on the poster. Yeah, well, all of his kids are coming back. Kenneth Branagh's coming back. Gary Oldman's coming back to work on it. I had scenes with Robert Downey Jr. I had scenes with...
Did you work with Matt Damon?
No, Matt plays a military figure who is not in the world that my character's in.
Oh, okay.
And Alden Ehrenreich, who played Han Solo in the Han Solo remake, great actor. Scott Grimes from the Orville, you know, the spoof sitcom. And then buddies of mine, Tim DeKay, who I know, who's an actor buddy. We've never worked together, but he's a great LA actor. And Harry Groner, who is a big former Broadway star, now doing TV. We all, it was, and Emily Blunt, who
I was going to say, I love her. I love her.
Edge of Tomorrow, that movie, did you ever see Edge of Tomorrow with her and Tom Cruise?
It's yes.
You know, Groundhog Day, but sci-fi.
Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, when I fell in love with her, it was with Devil's Wears Prada. I mean, she just amazing.
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh
my,
you need to see that.
All right, I'll put that on the list of
she's
500
with Hannah.
movies
She's with Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, right.
And the way they play each other, I mean, she's bitchy, but perfect, to the perfection. I mean...
Tremendous action.
Oh, fantastic.
And she's married to John Krasinski.
I know.
He's a very lucky man.
I know. And then, you know, in Sicario...
Yes.
Oh, she was amazing on that one.
I know.
Yeah, she was... My husband loves Sicario, so she, you know, and then we saw her... And so she's been in a lot of movies lately.
She's phenomenal. Yeah, that's the cast that I'm the asterisk in at, you know, the very... I'm literally... I'm number 52 on the call sheet.
Really?
Yeah.
But you know what? Who cares?
Matthew Modine. Who else am I forgetting? Benny Safdie. I mean, it's an amazing cast.
Yeah. So you know,
and
definitely
I get to be a part of it for
when it comes out, we have to watch it because it's gonna be amazing.
July of 23.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
Not too far away from now.
No. Well, I'll have at least one more birthday.
When is your birthday?
Oh, actually, September 28th.
Oh, okay.
1961.
There you are. So if you want to send some presents to him.
Yeah, just don't use that for, you know, steal my credit.
There you go. I know. You can contact his agent and then he'll get everything to you.
Great.
Right?
Excellent. Yeah, I like that.
You can contact me here, you know, on DM
Norma's
me.
now she's my conduit now.
Yeah, they say, hey, you know, because I know you have a big follower, you know, a fan follower. Women. You know, one of the girls at the baseball.
No, Molly, I know.
Yeah, her mom has like a fan club.
That's
club. How do you say it? Fan club.
Yeah, fan club.
Fan club for you.
That's great.
Yeah. So definitely this interview is gonna go to them.
Wait, for real though? Like you
no,
said,
for real,
it's a
for
Garrett
real.
Moore fan club?
Yes.
Yeah? It's not because
he doesn't believe it.
It's not like the guy who stands next to Tom Selleck.
No, it's club. you.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
It's not the guy who gets to work with Abby Hawk, who plays Baker, or
it's
Bob
Gregory Jbara.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah.
I'll have to thank Molly. I'll see her, right?
Yeah. She's always
around.
on the
Yeah, she's around.
She's on the games more than I am. Well, I'm always working.
Yeah.
And she works in the morning and I work odd hours.
Yeah. We're talking baseball.
Yeah.
Pally High baseball.
Yeah.
The best.
Yeah. But so thank you so much for coming. I know that you know, I mean, it was such a short notice, but really appreciate it.
I've loved the shows that I've watched, so I'm just thrilled. Even though I'm not Latino, I think it's nice that you're doing a departure.
It's for everybody, because you know, Latinos are gonna watch you, and then they're gonna get inspired, and that's what I want. You know, I want Latinos to see that a Latina like me, you know, I mean,
or a Lebanese Irish kid from Michigan
can interview you, and you know, and they can like, oh, okay, I can do that too, you know.
Yeah, we can all, if you want it, you can have it.
Right?
I mean, you really can.
Yes.
But you gotta, it's work.
It's a lot of work.
It's work.
Yeah.
It's no dreaming.
No. So, really appreciate you coming in.
Thanks
and
for having me,
I love your wife and your kids.
And she loves you, and I love your family too.
So this is more like an interview for, you know, I don't know, families.
Really, we're being very good. Like not just talking about our personal lives, because we could for hours.
I know. We can stay here forever, but you know, I mean, I know we have a time limit, but really appreciate you being here, and I really appreciate.
Thank you.
And so, thank you so much for watching. I'm your host, Norma Vocal in LA Spectacular, and I'm here with my good friend, Gregory Jbara, or how do you like to be called, Greg or Gregory?
That's very formal, but I'll take it.
So Greg Jbara, so please follow him on his social media. Can you share with us?
Yeah,
your social media?
Well, it's Gregory Jbara anywhere. If you Google it, I'm on Facebook, Twitter. It's all Gregory Jbara.
So it's Gregory, not Greg.
GregoryJbara.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you later.